Young scholars, in this video we're going to review the method of cross multiplication. This is an excellent method to solve equations where we have two ratios on each side of the equation. Alright, so when I say a ratio, I'm referring to terms that are dividing each other. Okay, so here we have a ratio on the left side of our equation and a ratio on the right side of our equation. So to review cross multiplication, we have to remember this is the multiplication of the numerator of one ratio, okay, by the denominator of the other ratio on the other side of our equation. Alright, so here I can multiply 2 by 4, okay, and then on the other side of my equation, I'm going to multiply the numerator of one side by the denominator of the other. Alright, so it's going to be 1 multiply 3x subtract 4. Alright, and as you can see, on the left side of my equation in the denominator, there was two terms, okay? So whenever that is taking place, I place those in parentheses so that I can make sure I can distribute this term to each term inside. Alright? And so now I have a multi-step equation. Alright, so I'm going to run through my steps that we've reviewed. The first step, I'm going to draw my squiggly. Okay? Next step, I'm going to distribute the 1 to each term inside, which is just going to give me 3x, and 1 multiplied 3x is 3x, 1 multiplied negative 4 is negative 4. And then I bring down and simplify the left side. 2 multiplied 4 gives me 8. And now I just have a regular two-step equation. Alright, I'm going to undo subtraction by adding 4 to both sides. Alright, this cancels out. This simplifies to 12 equals 3x. And then the last step is I'm going to undo multiplication because 3 is multiplying x. And I'm going to divide by 3 to undo that multiplication. This cancels out and x equals 4, which can be written like this as well. Okay, so let's review that cross multiplication again with another problem. Here again, I have two ratios on each side of my equation. Alright, so I'm going to take one denominator and multiply it, one numerator multiplied by the denominator, and that is going to give me 15 multiplying, since I have two terms, I'm going to write in parentheses, x subtract 3, okay? And then here, I'm going to multiply the numerator of x plus 5 by the denominator of 5. And I'm going to rewrite that as 5 multiply x plus 5 because there's two terms in the numerator right here. So now, I have another multi-step equation where I remember the first step. I need to get rid of my parentheses by distributing. So I'm going to do 15 multiplied x, which gives me 15x. 15 multiplied negative 3, which is going to give me negative 45. Okay? And then I'm going to distribute on the right side. 15 multiplied x is going to give me 5x. And 5 multiplied 5 is going to give me 25. And then we have it. We have another. We're going to continue using our steps. Okay? I don't need to combine like terms. I do have like terms here and here, but they're on different sides, so I need to get my variable on one side. So I'm going to undo the molehill, the smaller term, which is 5x. So I'm going to subtract 5x to bring that to the other side. This cancels out, and then I'm left with 10x subtract 45 equals 25. Okay, and then I'm going to undo subtraction by adding by 45 on each side. Okay, and then I simplify that, and I'm going to get 10x, because that cancels out, plus add these two terms together, and that is going to give me 70. And then the last step, I undo multiplication by dividing by 10 on each side, and x equals 7. Alright, so the big thing to remember here is we are using cross multiplication when we have two ratios on each side. And just like we see up here, we multiply our numerator by the denominator, okay, on both sides, just what I'm highlighting in green and red, just like what we did down here. I multiplied these two expressions in the ratio, and these two expressions in the ratio. Alright, good luck, and I'd like you now to try the practice problems related to cross multiplication in your practice work.